Well, hello class. This video is just to give you an overview of the Civil 3D drawing class. Um, what you see in front of you here is my version of Blackboard, so everything is visible at one time. Yours will be a little bit different, and just like the other courses, in the content on the course information tab here, expand that. You'll find the syllabus, no-show activity. You got to rename it to include no-show in it now. But you'll need to complete that, just like any other course, okay? The midterm will be taken in the lab because you'll need a copy of a drawing that I have there in the lab in order to complete the midterm. There's two, I think it's two other in-class assignments where you will need to come in to do them in the lab because I have things in the lab that you need to do them with. Okay. But it's like weeks 1 and week 2, I think. I'll look at that here in just a minute. The software, you'll need to download the Civil 3D 2025 version. It's not included in the download instructions here, but it's the same location where you got the rest of your software from. You just need to find the AutoCAD Civil 3D and download that. The textbook has practice files that you will need to download and install them. The installation instructions say to install them on your C drive. Okay, not in your My Documents. You could put them in your My Documents. It's just then all of the lessons you'll have to remember instead of going to your C drive to locate it. You go to your My Documents to locate it. Okay. You will not have to bring any of those files with you to the lab to do any work in the lab. But if you must work in the lab, you'll need to download those practice files to a flash drive to bring them with you. Okay. We're going to start out terminology, abbreviations, making sure you understand civil scale, how to read, civil engineer scales, and then we're going to talk a lot about topo maps because topo maps and civil engineering drawing are very similar. A lot of the same terminology is used, a lot of the same symbols are used. So you kind of need an understanding of topo maps, GPS, coordinate systems. We don't really talk a lot about latitude, longitude, but it is in there. What else? Elevations for topography. There's a lot of things that go with topo maps that go with civil drafting. So we got a few exercises here and some videos for you to watch on topos and civil surveying, land surveying. Yeah, in-class civil scale rating, need you to come in and do that one. Week 2, talking about contour lines in the topo map. And in here, there'll be an activity where you come in the lab. I have a topo map and a bunch of questions that you will look up the answers to based on that topo map. You're actually going to start working in Civil 3D in week 1 just to get you started with it. And it's basically a chapter a week, okay, that's tied into the things that we're doing. I sent an email out to the class ahead of time. I hope that you have the print reading for construction book still, because we're going to use that for a couple of chapters out of that book and some exercises in it. So if you do not have that, you need to let me know just as soon as possible. Okay, so weeks 1 through 5 is pretty much learning how to use Civil 3D, and you're going to be doing different things. Weeks 6 and 8 is a special project that you'll be doing. And what I'll do is well, let me just hop over to show you here. I'm going to give you a set of points Okay, and this will be explained in the lessons as you work through it. But I give you a set of points, and you use those points to create a surface. And this is the contour lines that it shows here. Contour lines, there's a stream. Here's the property line, property boundary. And I give you the points and the bearings to create these roads, or what's called an alignment and a corridor in Civil 3D. And so you create this road, and we're creating an existing Okay, so it's kind of difficult to see here maybe in the video, but this is an existing site condition drawing that you're going to create based on those points. So creates the topo, the contour lines, the property lines, and the alignment and corridor for the main road here, and then utilities that are on each side of it. And then we're placing some general information and stuff on the drawing sheet there. And then you'll go on to create proposed alignments and corridors, and then parcels to divide this up into like a subdivision drawing. Okay, so that's kind of an overview on those things. The chapters from the print reading for construction book, you're going to be using these drawings and some other drawings, but these are some civil drawings. Okay, so here's one. It's got all kinds of general notes here. Stock details about things that are repetitive, like from one project to another project. Okay, and so these get, basically copy and pasted into the project as they are applicable. Details about the paving, thicknesses and material types for the paving, slopes and dimensions for sidewalk ramps, sizes for handicap parking signs, curb and gutter sizes and things like that. So a lot of information there. This one, pretty much in existing conditions, a plat. It's got the trees and the plantings and things in here, contour lines, piping that may be in the site, the roads that go around it, things like that. And then a paving plan, basically paving curb and gutters, paving, there's piping underneath there for storm drainage. Your building is over here. So that's kind of what we're working towards, being able to draw those things. Okay, that pretty much covers a lot of the stuff in the course. There is not a final exam. Midterm, I'm calling it a midterm, but it just, as far as the grades go, all of your points just get rolled into one category, and the points are what the points are. Okay, so nothing fancy, nothing tricky involved with any of that. As far as the last week, what I like to do with my summer advanced classes is to have like an exit interview, where we take a 15-20 minutes, either in person or through WebEx, and we talk about the course, talk about your plans for the future, and then you tell me something about the course. In this case, it's going to be the project. You tell me about your project and what happened in it. What went right, what went wrong, things like that. Okay, so this will be a fast summer. I think you're going to enjoy it because it's totally different from anything that you've been doing so far here in the drafting program, because civil is it's a different animal. We're dealing in huge projects, dirt, roads, piping, all kinds of things. But it's new and it's different for you. So I'm giving you an overview of how the software works and kind of introducing you to a lot of the things that go on in civil drawing. Not going to make you an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but it will give you an introduction to it. Even if you're going to work in an architectural office, it will give you an understanding of some of the civil and the site plans and things like that. Okay, well, hope you get off to a good start for the semester, and if you run into any issues or have any questions, reach out to me, okay?